How long does it take to sell my home? If I had $1 every time somebody asked me that, I would be a rich man and you probably wouldn't be watching this video. But it is a valid question if you're thinking about selling your house, because let's be honest, most people only sell a house once every 7 to 10 years. And a lot has changed in the last 10 years in the real estate market. So how long does it take to sell your house? Well, here's what I will say. It depends on who you're working with. Because just last month, I worked with some sellers. They worked with the family friend. The family friend could not sell their house. They said, hey, we've lost some time here. Money's really tight. Let's go with the cheap option. The cheap option couldn't sell their home. Oh, by the way, they were living in a new home and they were paying a monthly mortgage on a vacant property that they were not even living in. So now they're paying 2 mortgages. The friend couldn't sell the home. The cheap option couldn't get the home sold. So then they heard about us, they heard about our guaranteed offers, and they called and we went out there. And within the first weekend of being on the market, we had them 3 offers, 1 above list, and they ended up closing on that home. So when you ask how long does it take to sell my home, it really depends on who you're working with, because some agents are in the business of listing homes, whereas Made for More is in the business of selling the homes. So what's the difference? How do we get homes sold when other people can't? Well, the first thing you need to be aware of is that buyers, so you got to make sure that you have the property situated in such a way that buyers are going to want it, that it's going to stand out from the crowd with buyers. And we do that a number of ways. 1, we provide you with a home readiness consultation. This is where a stager or a photographer comes out, meets you at the property, and gives you tips on how to get the home picture ready. Because we know that homes that are staged correctly take better photos, show better online, and sell for more money. And that's ultimately the goal, right? Is getting top dollar out of your home. Now, we're not necessarily going to have to bring in staging furniture. We can help you self-stage. So we have a range of options, so don't think that you're going to have to pay for staging. That is not the case. We're just helping you get the home picture ready because buyers want something that is move-in ready. Then we hire real estate specific photographers. I'm not showing up with my iPhone. I'm not hiring a friend with a fancy camera who doesn't know how to use it. In fact, one of our photographers has shot over 5,000 houses, so he's very good at what he does. Now you may be thinking, okay, the photographer thing, this all sounds pretty run-of-the-mill, but here's where it starts changing. Well, that photographer will also come out and provide you with a 3D tour. Some people like them, some people don't, but we have found that 87% of the time, homes with those 3D tours sell for more money than homes without them. So it's critical, it's a non-negotiable, you need to have a 3D tour on that home. And the reason why they're selling for more money is because it's increasing the exposure of your home. The more exposure your home gets, the more money it sells for. They're like an always open house, and they're really popular with our Bay Area buyers. And then we do a thing called proactive marketing, where it's not just us passively waiting for our phone to ring. We call somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 people hunting for buyers for your property every single week. And then we actually spend digital marketing, pushing your property out into the community and to those Bay Area buyers. And then, this is something very special. Only 1% of homes in our market utilize this tool, and it's because it's very expensive. It's cost prohibitively expensive. And it's called Zillow Showcase. And it's where your house on Zillow will get pushed to the top of the list. So if somebody's looking for a home like yours in your neighborhood, in your price point, and there's other homes on the market, your home will stand out. You'll get 75% more views, likes, and shares. You're going to get 75% more exposure on Zillow than you would with a traditional agent. So again, what we're doing is we're pushing your home to the top of the list. It's getting more exposure, and that's why your home is going to sell faster, but it has to be show ready. So we want to make sure that your house is as ready as possible. We'll give you some tips. We can help you with contractors. A lot of our contractors can even bill through escrow, so it's not costing you any money up front to get these homes show ready. And those buyers are expecting value for their money. So right now, inventory in our market is up about 50% year over year. That's significant. So now you have more competition. We want to make sure your house stands out from the crowd so that way it can sell quickly. One of the last things I will say is that you need to make sure that you list the home when you're ready to sell the home. Oftentimes we see people who say, hey, my house, I'm building a new house, it's not gonna be ready for 6 months, 12 months, but I wanna list now. And then we have an offer come in and they say, hey, I don't want to accept this offer, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. You gotta be ready to sell the house when you list the house. We can negotiate a rent back, typically up to 60 days, maybe 90 days, but if that timeline doesn't work for you, then we're gonna have to work around your timeline, craft a custom plan specific to you to make sure that you can sell your home in a time frame that makes sense for you and your family. Now, all that to say, it sounds like a lot of steps, it sounds like a lot of work. We can list homes, like from the moment you meet with us, we can be on the market in under a week. So we can move as fast or as slow as you want. We actually listed a client's property this year. We have been working with her for over 2 years. And she just keeps pushing it off because she likes to travel and she's like, I'm not ready to sell just yet. So as fast as a week, as long as years, we're in this for the long haul. So how long does it take for a home to sell in your market or in our market? It really depends on who you work with. On average, our homes are selling for 27% faster than when the competition lists them. It's no surprise why. We're just doing so much more than what the competition typically does. If you're looking for a hard concrete number, it ranges between 15 to 30 days is on average what I'm seeing in most zip codes in our market. If you have any questions, would like to learn more, want to see a guaranteed offer, get a guaranteed offer, learn more about our 195-point marketing plan, learn exactly what the market is looking in your specific neighborhood, reach out to us at madeformorerealty.com. We'd be happy to help. Expect more and get more with Made for More Realty.